This is a Hot Pie Media original.
Think about the time we're living through. Sort of let it all soak in. We are living through the political version of Dumb and Dumber. Maybe dumbest and dumb, but Dumb and Dumber. Greg Abbott, as you know, this was a wardism. I don't think it's that far off. I think we can fully accept it now. Greg Abbott is a prisoner of the 30%. Not a 30%, the 30%. Democrats must be held to a different prisoner. Trying to figure that one out, there probably comes our first series of retail analogies as well. So there must be another 30% of them that we have to sift through in this time of Dumb and Dumber, or Dumbest and Dumb. It's just a tidal wave in the state of Texas of dumb. And it's not just dumb by everyday Dumb and Dumber standards. It is a shockingly disconnected and Dumb and Dumber move, frankly, by both sides. So the Greg Abbott prisoner of 30%, the 30%, and if you're offended by this term, okay, find another one that works. I don't think it's all that outrageous, and I don't think that many people can disagree. The 30%, we got to find that other 30 because it's doing some damage too. It is in the realm of dumb. We got dueling 30%ers here that are really monopolizing all the dumb, and they seem to be carrying a ton of weight. But the Greg Abbott Dumb and Dumber version is this 30% that isn't just a bumpkin crowd. Bumpkin. Yes, I said it. It's not just a bumpkin crowd. It's an angry bumpkin crowd. It's a subset of a set. So it's not just a 30%. The 30% is bumpkin and angry, or angry and bumpkin, whichever way that works. Don't care. You can't just be a bumpkin. You have to be an angry bumpkin. They are proudly, they're proudly, not quietly, because that's the other side. It's really, really quiet. They are proudly anti-business. It's a weird, right? Dumb and Dumber. It's a weird time to live through. The angry bumpkins that hold the 30% that seem to be holding all of the power right now because the other 30% doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. And I have a football analogy for them. The angry bumpkins are against them in all caps. If you want to take out a Big Chief tablet and number 2 pencil and draw this out, you can just do stick figures if you would like. It's fine. Angry bumpkins hate them. Them is in all caps. Them is an expanding audience. Them shockingly now includes business. Didn't see it coming. Maybe we should have. Them is anybody or anything that is educated, non-white, successful, and urban. That's them. Angry bumpkin versus them. Them is business, right? Business leaders, successful business. To put this in perspective about them and how business became a part of them, Austin used to be the epicenter of them in all caps. But I guess as Austin became more corporate, some of us would argue fully corporate, and extremely corporate, then I think it increasingly became them. These businesses became a part of them because these businesses are successful, they're urban, they're educated, and the angry bumpkin just hates them. So business meshed into them. They've sort of been absorbed into them. So now we get to watch the Dumb and Dumber version, their dumbest and dumb version, all play out because business is now them. All caps. Remember, you always have to do it in all caps. And you can't just say bumpkin. It has to be angry bumpkin and them. So take a look at what's happening. Not just your opinion, but take a look at the noise or lack of noise about this anti-vax mandate move made by Greg Abbott to make the 30% of angry bumpkins mad enough to hate on them, and you now insert them. There is not a business or business leader in this state that is not criticizing this move, which not long ago was kryptonite in politics, right? No, they're part of them. They're them. The Texas Tribune. So, we can, if we really want to calculate and sit back and watch this anti-vax mandate, which I think somebody should have been smart enough, although we've now going to learn there's no smart people in the room on either side, because we got to get to that 30% in just a second, because it's a part of Dumb and Dumber as well. But you would think you would use the term required instead of mandate. There's just better ways of selling this, but politicians suck at sales. So take a look at this Texas Tribune story today of the sort of outpouring of criticism from the business world. But remember, the business world is now them. American Airlines and Southwest Airlines. The headline, by the way, the Texas Tribune at 4 o'clock this morning was, it puts a big burden on employers. Businesses face tough choices after Governor Greg Abbott bans vaccine mandates. American Airlines and Southwest Airlines say they will continue requiring employee vaccinations despite Abbott's new order. Now, this is where this thing gets really interesting. If we want to step away for a second and try to calculate. So who's going to get the $1,000 fines? Who's first? I mean, sounds like Southwest Airlines and American Airlines and Dell and all of them are saying, up yours, man, we're moving along. They're daring him. They're daring he and his goons to go and issue some tickets. So if you are part of the angry bumpkins, what you should really want and should be cheering on, and if the angriest of all angry bumpkins says do it, he'll have to do it, and that is they're going to have to put some meat into these fines. They're going to have to go and start fining people. He happily did it, which I think is what we're going to have to sit back and watch. He happily did it to a hip, cool East Austin restaurant, right? That's an easy target. What about American Airlines? What about Southwest Airlines? What about Dell? Who's an easy target now? Oracle? Or is it going to be another restaurant and bar in East Austin? Where are these fines going? Who gets it first? And how does that look? Because the angry bumpkins really should get mad now. Because the business community is pushing back. And so I wonder how long it will take for the MAGA hats to say, you got to go write some tickets, man. You got to go get them. Get them. Who's he going to get? Who gets it first? Who gets the ceremonial first ticket? We're going to have like a little ribbon cutting ceremony. There's going to be cameras around there. Is it going to be like one of those big cardboard checks? Here you go, restaurant, cool, hip restaurant in Austin. You're the first fine. Or I dare you to go to the offices of Southwest Airlines. Get them. I dare you. I'm afraid they might take the dare, though, because Southwest Airlines is a part of them. American Airlines, them. Dell, them. So listen to this list that is calling them out. Companies doing business in Texas now face new and complicated challenges after Governor Greg Abbott this week banned COVID-19 vaccine mandates for all entities in the state, including private businesses, for employees or customers. The ramifications for businesses could begin as soon as Friday. Who gets it first on Friday? Go get them, goons. Cuff somebody. Go cuff a CEO. In case you want a scoreboard here, currently, as of October 10th, according to the Texas Tribune, 83% of Texans are eligible for a vaccine. As of October 10, 51.8% of Texas had been fully vaccinated. That'll show them. 66,000 Texans have died from COVID-19, including 10% of nursing home residents. Karen Vladek, an employment lawyer in Austin, says this harms Texans directly. I just think it wasn't well thought out. If you want to understand how confusing and pathetic this thing is legally, go back to yesterday's podcast with Stephen Tolan, an attorney who said, this is like, it's almost like Trump wrote it. Abbott's rule also allows people to opt out of a vaccine requirement if they prove they hold a deep personal belief against getting jabbed. In other words, I don't want it. Abbott order is a reversal, which is kind of funny here because he's really a prisoner of that 30%, just to show you how powerful the 30% is. The 30% of angry bumpkins. It's a reversal from his position in August. Check this one out. In August, his spokesperson said that private business doesn't need government running their business. Well, that's before the angry bumpkins got a hold of them. The Texas Hospital Association says this is a political move. This political action undercuts the central mission of hospitals, and patients and staff cannot be put at unnecessary risk. Ray Perryman, an economist, says, who you hear often, who says the state doesn't need this. We're trying to recover. See, it doesn't. Economics and business is them. An angry bumpkin doesn't give a flip about employment numbers or revenue or job creation. The employment bumpkin doesn't know those things. The angry bumpkin hates business, apparently. Seems pretty clear now. There isn't anybody in industry that is not saying this is a stupid political stunt. So the Economist, who I think often represents the state of Texas, says this order will almost certainly cause confusion with conflicting requirements for many businesses. One of the hallmarks of a capitalist economy. You know, the angry bumpkins hate that too. They hate it. John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce, now in all 50 states and several retail outlets as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to let this social media rock star chef walk us through 4 different sauces, and then I'll taste and we'll tell everyone why they should buy. You can give the science behind these, and then I'll make the simple recommendation. Go to atxhotsauce.com. All right,
I don't think anybody's heard the website.
Yeah, I know.
About you, Jeff,
I've never heard
it
that.
is atxhotsauce.com.
I'll say
I
it
got that one right.
345 times, atxhotsauce.com. So let's do it.
I brought 4 flavors here, and we're going to test your palate today.
Okay.
And I only brought 4 because I didn't think you could handle 5 or 6.
Yes,
probably a smart move. Yeah. And so the first one we're going to try here, it's called Beet Heat. And just like the name implies, it has beets in it. It's made with red Fresno peppers. Red Fresnos are red peppers that are they're hotter than a jalapeno and a little bit less than a serrano. So not super hot here, just a lot of really good flavor. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to move up the chain.
Okay. I've had the Beet Heat, but okay.
Yeah, we're going to try it though.
It goes well with a cab. All right, Jeff's savoring Beet
I'll
Heat.
even do it with you, so that should be all right. Now remember, it is hot sauce.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's hot sauce. Trust me, man.
Wait,
It's hot sauce.
is that one hot to you?
No. A little.
Yeah. The great thing with the fermentation process is you get a bunch of the flavor right up front.
Yeah.
And then the heat comes, but then it dissipates pretty quickly, especially with the red Fresnos. You know, this is not a very spicy one, but it is a very tasty one. Goes on great on sandwiches.
Beet Heat.
Beet Heat. B-E-E-T. Heat.
All right. Go to atxhotsauce.com.
That's right.
One of the hallmarks of capitalist economy is the ability of the private sector to make decisions without government intervention unless there is a legitimate public concern that needs to be addressed, The Economist says. It's difficult to see how forcing companies to expose their employees, vendors, and customers to greater risk of a deadly disease and fostering the spread and mutation of that disease brings a compelling public benefit. Oh, economist, shut your face. The angry bumpkin doesn't like you either. You have a college degree, you suck. There. Next person, please. Harris County Attorney Christian Menifee has encouraged Texans to sue. I think that's maybe what the angry bumpkins want. The Greater Houston Partnership, a leading business group in Harris County, denounced the governor's actions. The governor's executive order does not support Texas businesses' ability to create a safe workplace, says the group's president. There isn't anyone, we can do this for an hour and a half, there isn't anyone in industry that doesn't say this is a stupid move. And the thing is, he knew that because the angry bumpkin says, F you, business. I hate you too. I hate you, business. The governor's executive order does not support Texas's business ability to create a safe workplace. While the courts will likely decide the validity of this, we encourage all employers to continue to promote the importance of vaccinations. You made the list, buddy. The bumpkins angry bumpkins hate you too. The Texas Restaurant Association. Oh yeah, you made the list. They hate you too. Texas Restaurant Association. Things have gone really well for them. It's been a great run for them. It's been a fun year and a half for the Texas Restaurant Association. I thought they mattered. They used to matter. Notice how all these organizations used to matter in politics. In fact, people used to say they matter too much. Now the angry bumpkin hates them too. I think the angry bumpkins might hate anybody wearing a shirt. The Texas Restaurant Association questioned how Abbott's new order would affect standards. The association expects lawsuits to be filed in response to Abbott's ban on vaccine mandates. Above all, says the spokesperson for the Texas Restaurant Association, who's now made the Angry Bumpkin list, above all, we continue to call upon our communities to cooperate with restaurants that are trying to remain in business after a challenging 19 months. Yeah, you shut up too. All of you shut up. Businesses, remember that scene from Stripes? Francis, Sergeant Holka's going around the barracks talking to everybody, and he says, you just made the list. The Angry Bumpkin says, business, you just made the list. You made the list. So we know that one now. We're able to sort this out. It's a confusing time, but we now know the Angry Bumpkin list now contains all business, not just some, not just those in Austin, not just the cool places. It's now big industry, small industry, retail, airline, restaurant. The entire sector is now on the list. The Angry Bumpkins hate you. Got it. So let's see. Let's keep working through our memes and our analogies. So if the Republican Party is Radio Shack, what are the Democrats? Like Mervin's? Steinmart? I was going to say Foley's, but no one even knows that. They're not Foley's yet, are they? What are they? What are they? If the Republican Party is Radio Shack, the Democrats are now, I don't know what. If the Republican Party is, because we have to watch Dumb and Dumber, all sensible people, you're just sitting in the middle of this going, are you kidding me? This is Dumb and Dumber. So if the Republicans are Radio Shack, what are the Democrats? Kohl's? What's going on there? I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know. I don't know enough about retailers. I know Target's things are working out pretty well for Target. So I'll just use Kohl's for right now. What are you doing? Right? What 30% has you prisoner? Hipsters? Who are you? Really, who are you? I mean, it takes some thinking. It takes some time to break down. We knew the Angry Bumpkins. The party of Trump was Angry Bumpkins. We didn't quite know until the last few days the Angry Bumpkins also hate business and capitalists. But now we know that. Greg Abbott's very clear on where he is and who he's talking to. That 30% of Angry Bumpkins, we got it. Their voice is loud. Their voice is forceful. They're getting what they want. What the hell are Democrats doing? What are his opponents doing? What do you do, if anything? You really are like the asexual hipsters. You don't do anything. You just sit there and are very meek. So you're doing nothing. And if you're a political animal like Beto O'Rourke, he's like, well, just going to have to put him the face of Kohl's right now. So he's like wearing a Kohl's name tag. He works at Kohl's. And he doesn't really sell me anything. Like I'm walking around the store at Kohl's, and there's Beto back over by the shoes. Do they have shoes at Kohl's? All right, whatever. He's by the shoes. He never comes to say, can I help you? He just sits there on his phone. It's like Deshaun Watson on the bench. He just sits on his phone all the time. Do you do anything? What are you waiting on, man? The Angry Bumpkins are winning and winning easily. And you just sit in the back of Kohl's. I don't know if you're smoking or not. Are you smoking? You outside smoking? You're just like back there by the warehouse or where the shoes are stacked up, and you don't do anything except play on your phone all day, every day. Because right now, how can anyone avoid not getting in this? If you wanted to be governor, if you wanted to be the opposition party, and the other opposition party is Radio Shack and it's Angry Bumpkins, and now it seemingly keeps giving you gifts. They have done the unthinkable. They now hate business. They hate them. They hate American Airlines. They hate Southwest Airlines. They hate Dell. They hate Oracle. They hate Facebook. They hate anybody that's wearing clothes and shoes that has a job. They just hate them. And they're not really bashful about it. The other side of this is Beto O'Rourke with a name tag sitting in the back room at Kohl's or Mervyn's or, I don't know, not CVS. They're okay. Whoever's sucking in retail, that's where he's working right now. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. Like, would this be a chance to say, so I really don't know who he's a prisoner of. I don't know. We know the Republican Party and Greg Abbott are a prisoner of the angry bumpkin. So the Democrats are a prisoner of whom? Who's got you? And who told you to shut up and sit in the back room with a name tag at Kohl's? Who's telling you that? Because I don't know. Right now, it might be a good chance to say, American Airlines, you're right. Southwest Airlines, you're right. If somebody wants free enterprise to flourish in the state of Texas, I'm here for you. Why don't you get up and come over there and sell some shoes? Or shirts or candles. They have candles at Kohl's. Do that. Some of that stuff. Go sell something, buddy. You got a name tag. I know business isn't great. I know it's slow. But get up, man. Get up and do something. Seems like a great chance. While the rest of us just sit here and watch Dumb and Dumber. Here's a football analogy. I'll just keep going through this. So forget Kohl's for a second. I don't think about Kohl's. Maybe Kohl's is doing great and I'm wrong about this. So I'll use football analogies instead. Like Beto O'Rourke, who we assume is Greg Abbott's opponent. He is right now, I guess he's the face of the opposition. And not a very good one. Because the opposition doesn't do anything. It's not saying anything. It's not seizing the day. It's not getting up to sell something. It's not doing anything. It's a prisoner of the do nothing. It's right. It's like the hipsters over at a coffee shop right now. They don't do anything or say anything. They just get chubbier and chubbier. So, okay, let's go back to the Texas OU game. We got Republicans figured out. You're just angry. You hate everyone. You hate everyone. All right. Now the other side of this. Like in football, if you're ever near a field, if the ball hits the ground, you hear ball, 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 ball. Like you'll get on the ball, jump on the ball. When a pass is thrown, you're supposed to scream ball, ball, ball. That way defenders know to go get the ball. It's kind of Pavlov's dog theory, right? So like Beto O'Rourke is like the Texas defense. In that last play, that's what he is. Forget all the Kohl's. Forget all the retail analogies now. Just forget them all. We're going to do a football one. Remember the last play of the game? Like the Texas defense looked like it was on ice skates. It's flailing at this guy who keeps waiting to get tackled and nobody can tackle him or tries. They're just flailing and flailing and flailing. He's like the Texas defense. Right? Can't get off a block. Terrible angles. I mean, somebody had a running play. Greg Abbott has called this running play and you won't do anything about it. You can't even tackle the guy to end the game. Hell, you can't even get on the field. You won't get on the field. It doesn't make any sense. There's 30% here that we all know. What is this other 30%? What is this silent 30% of do nothing people? Party, political animal. I don't even know who's out there. How do you not seize the day? Wooderson, what the hell are you doing? I mean, this isn't a really hard argument to make. I don't want in. You're crazy. I don't want the crack. But those of you that want the crack, don't you need to go buy some crack right now? You need to get in the crack. Get a crack pipe and get in there. Now's a pretty good time to say, the angry bumpkins, they don't like anybody. You know what? Free enterprise. You know what? Big business. You know what? Small business. I like you. I'm here to talk to you. I got a crack pipe. I got a Kohl's badge on. I've recovered a fumble. I'm in the game.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show.
Listen at jeffwardshow.com.